Hello, folks. Welcome to my channel. My name is Paradigm. Before I get started, can I please have you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get my latest videos when they come out? Expats residing in the Philippines need to exercise caution and proactivity when it comes to safeguarding themselves against potential hazards and risk related to motorcycling. Through comprehension of the distinct hazards, observation of safety protocols, and utilization of local resources, expats can considerably augment their individual safety levels while relishing their sojourn in this dynamic country. The Philippines is a vibrant, beautiful country, but in order to ensure a safe and enjoyable visit, expats should be aware of certain risks. The most prominent risks are the chaotic traffic, which includes motorcycles in particular, as well as a number of other possible threats. This guide provides information on how expats can minimize these dangers and make the most of their time in the nation. Number one, understanding the risk associated with motorcycling. The Philippines offers special difficulties for motorcycle riders because of the country's heavy traffic, bad roads, and aggressive drivers. Given that motorcycles make up a sizable portion of the traffic on the roads, expats should be aware of the risk associated with riding or being around them. Studies show that motorcycle riders have 3 times higher accident rates than drivers of cars, making them some of the most vulnerable road users. Number two, safe riding techniques. In the event that an expat decides to ride a motorcycle, they must learn safe riding techniques. Not only is it required by law, the Motorcycle Helmet Act of 2009, but wearing full protective gear, including helmets, is crucial for personal safety. Expats should ride at a moderate speed, be cautious, and steer clear of dangerous maneuvers that are common in the area. They should also avoid riding when there is a bad weather, like a lot of rain, as this can make the roads dangerously slick. Number three, choosing safer routes. It is best to ride in less crowded, rural areas, especially for novice riders. Compared to crowded cities like Metro Manila, some areas, like the provinces, might provide safer and more enjoyable riding conditions. Recommendations for scenic and reasonably safe routes are frequently shared by the expat community, offering new riders invaluable advice. Number four, understanding local traffic laws. It's critical to understand the local traffic laws. Expats should make sure they have the necessary licenses because it is illegal to ride without the right paperwork. It is equally important to learn about the laws pertaining to children and riders in back seats, as enforced by the Children's Safety on Motorcycles Act. Number five, techniques for defensive driving. In addition to obeying traffic laws, expats should drive defensively. To prevent collisions, this entails maintaining a constant awareness of nearby automobiles and projecting other drivers' movements. Unexpected pedestrian crossings, oncoming cars encroaching on lanes, and abrupt lane changes without signaling are common dangers. Defensive driving involves keeping a safe distance from other vehicles and being ready to react quickly. Number six, steer clear of riding at night. There are additional risks associated with riding a motorcycle at night, primarily because of decreased visibility and the possibility of coming across other drivers who might be impaired by drugs. Some locations may not have enough street lighting, making navigation more difficult. When riding after dark, expats should try to avoid it if at all possible and take an alternate mode of transportation. Number seven, community connections. Participating in online and offline expat communities can offer invaluable assistance and security knowledge. A lot of forums and neighborhood groups exchange stories and advice about safe routes, possible dangers, and appropriate riding gear. For instance, Internations provides a network of expats who can guide travelers and put them in touch with people who have similar interests. Number eight, consciousness in general and situational awareness. In addition to motorcycle safety, expats living in the Philippines need to be constantly aware of potential threats. This entails being alert of one's surroundings and exercising caution in populated areas where small time theft and pickpocketing are common. People with situational awareness are able to recognize possible threats early on and steer clear of dangerous situations. Number nine, planning for emergency preparedness. Knowing how to react in an emergency can greatly reduce risk. Being ready is essential, whether it's knowing the address of the closest hospital, keeping emergency numbers handy, or understanding how to get in touch with local police. Additionally, expats should think about getting private health insurance that will pay for medical evacuation in the event of severe injuries. Number 10, road safety tips for drivers. Expat drivers need to exercise the same caution. Many of the rules of road safety that apply to motorcyclists also apply to car drivers. Reducing risk requires paying attention to bad road conditions, following the law, and avoiding distractions like using a phone while driving. Number 11, awareness of crime. Reducing and understanding the risks associated with crime are equally important. In public places, expats should refrain from flashing their valuables and should use discretion when making financial transactions. Scams aimed at expats have been reported. These include credit card fraud and money solicitation. Educating yourself about typical con games can help expats stay safe from becoming victims. Number 12, know where not to go. There are parts of the Philippines that have a reputation for having higher crime rates or having the potential for violent crime, especially in Mindanao, where kidnappings and terrorist attacks have occurred. Expats should follow the advice of their national governments when traveling and stay away from these areas unless absolutely required. It's also important to be aware of political unstable areas because protests can occasionally degenerate into violence. Number 13, natural disaster preparedness. Natural catastrophes, including typhoons, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions, are common in the Philippines. Living in a disaster prone area carries risk, but being aware of them and having an emergency plan in place can help save lives. In order to be more prepared, expats should maintain a supply of emergency supplies and familiarize themselves with local evacuation protocols. Number 14, taking on a high alert attitude. When navigating through unknown situations, it can be helpful to adopt a high alert mindset. When doing routine tasks like going shopping or commuting, expats can respond more skillfully when they come across potentially dangerous situations or suspicious people if they keep a vigilant mental state. Number 15, making use of local resources. Local resources for health and safety can also be very helpful. Expats reside in the Philippines should acquaint themselves with the community organizations, emergency services, and medical facilities that provide resources and support to expats. Enrolled expats can receive basic healthcare services from PhilHealth, and many may discover that having supplemental international health insurance gives them better access to private healthcare providers. Number 16, developing connections with locals. Building a relationship with locals can improve safety and awareness of cultural quirks that could impact daily life. When it comes to safety precautions, places to avoid, emergencies, and even general advice on navigating life in the Philippines, locals can be a great source of information. Number 17, training and workshops. Finally, Think about going to training courses or workshops on safety and self defense. These can give expats the tools they need to defend themselves and become more aware in a variety of scenarios. Acquiring knowledge of fundamental self defense methods can boost self assurance and readiness. Expats in the Philippines can greatly improve their safety and well being by being aware of the various risks that are present there, taking preventive action, and understanding local laws. Adapting to the local environment is essential, and living in the Philippines can be a fulfilling experience if done with caution and vigilance. In summary, although it can be a fulfilling experience, living abroad in the Philippines comes with certain risks, such as those related to traffic, the environment, crime, and health. Through staying informed, implementing defensive driving tactics, planning for natural disasters, and ensuring personal safety, expats can lessen these risks and fully experience this stunning nation. Stress and readiness, flexibility, and alertness will help guarantee that you stay in the Philippines is both safe and enjoyable. All right, folks, that's all for today's show. Until next time, have a good day.